Hey, everybody, welcome to our Friday Live AI Q&A. My name is Larry Hernandez, and I'm with Recruiter Dune. I'm going to give everyone a second to log in. And if you could just comment if you're watching on LinkedIn or on YouTube Live, just to make sure that you can hear me and see me. These things happen. But Recruiter DNA is my firm, and we are in the space of everything AI meets recruitment. So whether that's me and my firm helping companies grow with placing machine learning and data scientists, whether it is taking recruiting teams, external recruiting teams, internal recruiting teams, talent acquisition teams, taking them through their AI transformation. That is one of my passions, and that is why I am hosting these live Q&As. Right now, we are super focused on everything from small to medium, actually to large executive search firms, staffing firms, technical recruiting firms, independents, and then also on the other side, talent acquisition internal teams who are just trying to get the most out of AI. Now, when I say AI, what I'm really talking about is large language models, foundational large language models, the big brands, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, Llama, on and on and on, Claude. They all pretty much work the same. And I'm going to be helping companies make that transformation. We almost now, it's March 21st. We almost have 20 large clients signed up. I'm super excited. And what we're doing now is we're doing a workshop, a three-part workshop. Let me share my screen. All right. So right now, this is the AI Recruiter DNA Accelerator Workshop. And in the past, I was running a course. Basically, your typical course where recruiters would log in, take the course, answer some questions, and I just wasn't happy with the amount of transformation that was being made. Whether it be people just don't, people are busy, they don't take courses. So in this new phase, this is a workshop. It's a three-part workshop. And as you can see, hopefully you can see this. Let me see here. It's broken down into 3 major phases. And so what this is you have a recruiting team, whether it's you or 100 people, and you're trying to get to what I call, AI native or AI savvy. In other words, you're bringing AI to work in every task, and you are utilizing it as best you can using your existing processes, right? And so this is a step-by-step program that recruiting teams are signing up for now, and I'm so proud of it, so happy to be doing it, and that's why, that is my product or my service. But today, I'm gonna be demoing some pretty cool things. I had some questions that were, "How do I get better at prompting? How do me personally, how do I build these solutions?" Because what we're morphing to is turning prompts into software. I like to say, and this is just let's just say the majority of specialized software out there right now that's coming out that is AI can be made by you by using prompting. And all prompting is instruction, right? When you say Siri, I have to make sure my phones don't turn on, my watch doesn't turn on. Siri, help me with this, or Alexa, help me with this. You're prompting. And so we are at an amazing point in time where you do not need to know code and you can make software. And so it's this new way of thinking about solutions, and that's what I love. And so this is the transformation that is being made during this course, during this workshop. Once again, this is a live Q&A. If you have questions, drop a comment. Even if you're watching this on the replay, go ahead and comment, and I can pick it up and help answer. Um, but as you can see, it's important when you're making these transformations that we have the right mindset. and then that we actually have hands-on experience putting AI to work, and then we're gonna build what I've been talking about right now is building promptware, building actual solutions for your tasks. And we don't have to use fancy programming. We don't have to use APIs or code. We don't have to use agents. A lot of this can be done in prompt, as you see in my previous videos. But let me get to what I was gonna show you. People have been asking me questions. How do I get better at prompting? And let me just move this screen down here. And so some of the things, yes, I've taken a lot of prompt courses, everything from, individual courses to large universities. And what I do as a prompt designer, I don't want to call myself an engineer because typically you need a lot more Python experience. And, it's an official role. So I'm not a prompt engineer. I just build prompts to solve problems using logic. And so I'm just going to show you a couple of tools. I don't use this tool as much as I used to. It's called onlyprompts.net, but I want to show you the logic behind it. What happens here is I've got 3 prompts. Let's say I'm building a cold email campaign and I want to test some prompts, right? Almost like testing food, testing music, or testing math, right? To test to see if this works. Do I get the right answer? We need to constantly, have this curiosity mindset. So what I'll do is I'll put in one prompt here, and then I'll change it around. Let's just say I have 4 different variations. The green that you're seeing are the variables, or um, kind of, like the template. So I can tell it I want to focus on a machine learning engineer. Give it a campaign objective, a call to action, and I just want to kind of change it up a little bit. And then when I hit run, I can see how all of these, how by changing the wording of a prompt will give me different outputs. Okay. And so all I'm doing is you can do this manually. It's just different ways of stating the problem or different ways of asking a question. And each time there's a new AI version, a new update, and then as you get smarter, you're gonna wanna constantly be changing these and working these, just like in real life, right? So this is just one tool, onlyprompts.net, and, it's not my favorite, but it's a good demonstration of how I can just sit here and run different prompts, and then in this box, I get the results. And I keep doing this until I'm happy with the results. This is how I build the promptware. This is how I build custom GPTs. A client, a customer will say, "I want my team to be able to type in this or press this button, and I want the output to be, within these parameters." And so it's constantly testing it. It's a puzzle, and I love doing it. So this is just kind of one way um, I do it. Also, a lot of people ask me which large language model um, could I or should I be using? And so this is a tool. This is a really cool tool, chatplayground.ai. And what it does here is at the bottom is my prompt. So I picked one of the prompts that I liked here. Right, here's my prompt. And I just paste it at the bottom. But how cool is it that I can say, let's look at what ChatGPT 4.0 compared to Gemini Flash, right? I can hit go and it's going to give me one output. Now, how cool would it be if I can compare 3 Claude, Gemini, and Flash, and then we keep going? Here are 9, I'm sorry, 6 um, different popular large language models. Okay. And I've got one prompt here at the bottom. So I'm going to hit go. And what you're seeing now is all of these 6 models, DeepSeek, Llama, Perplexity, Chat, GPT, Mistral, and Claude, all doing it was one prompt, the same prompt. And this is kind of how I will test and also help my clients. If I got a client who's just dead set on DeepSeek, I'm gonna really work on look at the results from DeepSeek or Llama or Perplexity. And so all the foundational large language models are the same, but it's just a little different. They're gonna have a little bit of training, like a different brand. Like you could buy a brand of food, or whatever it is, coffee, whatever you're into, tea, and each brand is a little bit different, right? Every restaurant makes the signature dish a little different. So this is one way that prompt designing or prompt engineering tools that we use or I use to constantly test. How do I get the best results? How do I get the best results? It's ChatGPT and these models. It's not a plug and play. They're not built to work on the tasks that you're asking it. They're not built to make cold emails. It's not built to make social media posts or blog posts, or it's not built to look at resumes. So you have to understand how to get the best out of it. Oh boy, time is flying. We've only. I'm going to stop this. It's only a half hour today. So, but the question was that I got was, how do I get better at prompting? And number one is you want to understand that you want to be using a prompt framework. And all a prompt framework is, let's see here, get this out of the way. Let me see here. I think I've got it somewhere on the slide. There it is. All a prompt framework is a template, a way of structuring problems or tasks so that ChatGPT can understand you and get really, really good results. You've heard me say this time and time again. The number one complaint I get from professionals, recruiters, salespeople, owners is, "Oh, I don't use ChatGPT. It's all robot. It all sounds the same." And in my course, I teach you very quickly. I don't go too far into depth. How large language models like ChatGPT, how they understand information. ChatGPT, English is not its first language. So right there, that should give you a tip. Also, language is not its first language or mode of communication. Wow. So now I want you to imagine you go on a cruise, you land in a different country, or maybe a country that's surrounded by other countries, and there might be three languages at play. Uh, you're trying to order something, or you're trying to do something. It is important that if you want the results, you need to ask in their language, right? And that's what we go over in the training is we need to understand how ChatGPT talks. And so, very smart individuals have come up with these prompt frameworks. There's a lot of different ones. You really can't go wrong, but right now the leading prompt framework for any non-reasoning model. So if it says deep research or deep thinking, you don't use this. But for the majority of the work that we do as professionals, that's okay. But we need to give it a little background. A scenario that I use two different scenarios a lot. One of them is that you've been given a robot, right? Every recruiter, every salesperson has been given a robot. Let's just say it's a government program. You've got 1 year to use this robot. Right now, we're just going to give you the brain. Everyone starts off with the same brain. Maybe in a year, you'll get the body of it, but everyone's going to get the same out of the box robot. This robot, let's say ChatGPT, is dedicated to helping you 24/7. It will not stop. It doesn't mind if you ask it more questions. All it wants to do is please you. All it wants to do is get the answer right. Okay, so it's important that you structure your questions, and then in the workshop, we will go over a scenario. We'll go over how to train it. A second and powerful kind of a example I use is, let's just say you won, you put your name in a raffle and you've been given a virtual assistant, actually a team of virtual assistants, some of the smartest virtual assistants in the world at every topic. They're paid for and you can use them all the time. But they don't know you, they don't know your company, and maybe they've never done recruiting. So you're going to have to onboard or help train this person and this team of people. But just know that everyone's been given this, and the people who master it will be, I don't want to say, they're going to be more efficient. They're going to be zooming through. Have you ever seen people? I'm going to show my age a little bit. Have you seen people? with their phones and they go, "Bup, bup, 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 bup," and they've just done 5 things. Uh, Me, I have to go, "Okay, I'm not as fast on my phone." And that is that is what's happening now. There are people who like, I'm in the recruiting space, I can zoom through tasks that take you minutes, and then really it takes you hours because you stop, and it's taking me seconds. Now, I had to do work in the beginning to train my ChatGPT to get it done, but right now, if we put 5 people in a room, I mean, really good people, and we tell them, "Hey, take this job description and, turn it into a solid sourcing strategy," or whatever. Think of a task. "I want you to turn this resume into this format," or "I want you to turn this submittal to this format." Go. Who does it faster in your company? Well, number 1, people that have been doing this for years, they get it, right? Just repetition, repetition. "Oh, no, we always format our submittals using this." Okay. You're new to the company, it's gonna take you a while. Some people have a personality or strengths that makes them able to do these things real fast. That might not be you. You train ChatGPT to do these things, it's gonna do it in seconds. Yes, you might have to I want you to look over it. Yes, ChatGPT, these things make mistakes, but every day we're using it, it's training, it's training, it's training. Tomorrow will be a lot better than today, and I just don't wanna see you miss out. So, anyway, that is what that is kinda what these tools are about, is me just practicing, practicing, training, training, understanding, learning, so that when we do get into the class, I'm able to give you, really, uh, you know, solutions that are sound, right? And that's what we do in the workshop. Okay, I'm gonna stop here. We've got 10 minutes left. I'm gonna jump into a demo. This is not covered in my course. This would be another if you're interested, contact me, but the question I get a lot is, "How do I do automation or agents?" And I think a lot of people have different ideas. Even the industry has different ideas on what an agent is. This is what I understand an agent to be, and this is a very basic, example. All an agent is, most of an agents have been around for a long time. It's just connecting software with some basic instructions. Something goes in, something comes out. And, what I'm gonna show you is you heard me earlier say that I'm gonna say the majority of software out there can be built by a prompt. And so one of the most exciting things that is overlooked with ChatGPT these last few years is the power of transcript. I don't think everyone realizes how powerful transcripts. It's a word for word record of a conversation that goes on with 1, 2, or many people. So you're on a sales call, or you're on a discovery call, an intake call, you're taking these requirements. God, it is so important. It is you ordering your food at a fancy, fancy restaurant, and you've got one time to do it. If you get the order wrong, if the waiter does not understand what you're saying, your food for you, let's say you're gonna order for the whole group of people, it's gonna come out wrong, it's gonna ruin the experience. So, in the beginning of a process like taking the requirements, every word, everything said is important, and if we leave it up to our memory, it's not gonna go well. It's gonna be hit or miss. And so as a recruiting leader, as a talent acquisition leader, as an owner of a recruiting firm, it is important to just get things going at a steady rhythm, standardized. We don't want robots working for us, but we don't want our job is to set up our team for success. So there are tools out there now, Metadata, Quill, Fathom, all these cool tools that cost between $30 to $50 a month that a recruiter can jump on a call with the client or jump on a call with a candidate, and you turn it on and it's recording the call. It turns those transcripts magically into little reports. So the recruiter doesn't have to take notes, and some of them even go into your CRM and paste the note, right? So what this is doing is allowing me to talk to you, the candidate, talk to you, the hiring manager, or talk to you, my peer or my boss, and not be focused on typing notes. It is no longer gonna be acceptable. It's not, like, horrible. It's just not a great experience when I'm sitting there in an interview and the other person is sitting there or looking away, right? Um, and we don't even know if they're typing the correct things because remember, you're typing. You're not a robot. Your brain is filtering, "What should I type?" You might not be typing the most important things, and when you work with a team, they're gonna get your version of it. So anyway, this is Zapier, and this is just a three-step automation. What I've done is I've connected my Zoom right here, step 1. I've connected my Zoom, and it says here let me edit this Zap. This is live. So I'm gonna go here, and I've connected my Zoom. I've asked it as a trigger, "Hey, whenever there's a new audio transcription, right, from my account, I want you to" it's gonna test it. "I want you to send it to ChatGPT." Alright? So, I don't know any code, but Zapier has a list of, pre-existing software that it's connected to, and Zoom is one of them. So, all I did was I just said, "Hey, I looked for Zoom." It says, "Yeah, sure. Log in." So, I logged into my Zoom. True means what's gonna start it, "Hey, whenever there's a new transcript." "Alright, good. What do you want me to do?" Well, then I hit the plus button, and I search for ChatGPT, and it says, "Okay, here's my account." I logged in, shared my credentials with it. My action is I wanna have a conversation. I wanna have a conversation, with ChatGPT, and then I said I gave it a role back to the prompt engineering or, you gotta learn prompting to get best results. So this is my assistant's instructions. I'm putting it into a persona. You are an AI assistant designed to aid recruiters in processing interview transcripts. Blah, 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 blah. Right? I have to do some settings. Not a big deal. I hit um, at some point I have to tell it my inputs. Let's see. So I go to test, and what I do is data in. We connected to Zoom, and what this is telling you in blue is here's all the stuff we can pull from Zoom. What do you want to talk about? Because I've told ChatGPT, hey, you're an assistant, and I've given it some instructions. So I've got to scroll down here and look for the right one. And the right one is going to be the Zoom output. And I'm having trouble finding it right now. Don't worry about it. You find it, and then connect it. And I put it in the actual instructions. So let me see here. Manage. Bear with me. So in my here we go. So in my instructions, I say carefully carefully analyze the transcript, and I found see that little blue there? I found the record, which is give me the contents of the transcript from Zoom. So I've asked ChatGPT to carefully parse the interview transcript, and I clicked on Zoom, and then I added some basic stuff, given it some more examples, and then I've connected it to my Gmail. And I said, "Hey, send me the report." And this is not a class, obviously, because I'm going real fast. We only got 4 minutes. But what I've done here, by playing around with prompting, is I've created my own software solution. There's a lot of companies and Meta is awesome. MetaView is awesome. Quill is awesome. Okay, but if you're a small to medium company and you don't wanna spend that money per user, you can just make your own. It's just a prompt. I've connected Zoom to ChatGPT to my email. Now every time I get off a Zoom call, I have an email of the briefs, right? So that's just one example. You can add a step and you can start looking through all the software, right? What do I have? What do I have? My ATSs, right? There's a list of ATS that have, there's cats. I know I used to use Crelate. So if your ATS has an API, you can start connecting these things together. And I love helping individuals do that. So that's that. Oh, one more thing. Oh my gosh, how could I forget? Deep research. Okay, so OpenAI came out. You'll hear these deep research models, and so I have a video of me. This is me asking deep research, and let me just play it for you. I'm gonna play it on. It took 10 minutes to do this. There's no audio, and this is it going right now. And so I'm gonna talk. This is a replay. So I went to deep research and I picked O1 research model. So give me a 500 word research brief on renewable energy storage industry. Focus on the trends, major company hiring for executive roles, and challenges in finding leadership. Right? Think of executive search. Think of doing a big. We used to outsource this or have a research team. This is deep research. This thing took 10 minutes, so I'm gonna speed it up. And it's thinking. Now on the right side, what it's doing is it's showing me here, let me make this bigger for you. It's showing on the right, it's actually showing me what it's doing, okay? It says here, "I'm evaluating this, I'm searching for this, I'm looking at this site, I'm looking at this site," right? So it's working. This is a researcher. You no longer have to hire researchers, or as many of them once you get this going, because 'cause you're probably gonna be running the same reports over and over again. How is this different than ChatGPT? ChatGPT is really good at just running tasks, short tasks. Deep research takes the time, is going to the internet, it's searching for me. All I ask it to do is do a 500 word research brief, right? And it's going out there and doing it. It's going out there and checking it, checking the internet, checking all everything. Let's fast forward. As you can see, this is the right here. This is like, okay, I'm almost done, right? Then in 30 sources. So then in about 10 minutes, let's see, in about 10 minutes, it was done. This should be blowing you away. Forget about the AI video, the AI songs, the AI is gonna take my identity. Don't worry about that. This thing just did a professional level brief with cited citations, right? And this is just off of one prompt. If your company uses a very structured prompt, we could train it to do everything. You've got your you've got your resources. Here, I'm going to minimize this and let me show you the act. Well, you know what? We're out of time, but these are the things that can be done. I'm excited to help you. If you're a recruiting leader, a sales leader, owner of a firm, and you want to make this AI transformation, go to recruiterdna.com, hit on courses, purchase the course, contact me, Larry Hernandez. I'll be here again next Friday. I really, really want to help you make that AI transformation. Okay. I will see you next Friday. Thanks.